Real estate investing is one of the fastest growing investing strategies throughout the world to make some serious wealth. But are you taking the back seat just because you don't have that initial capital to set the business off and running? If this is the case, then you're exactly where you need to be, because in this video, we're going to teach you guys how to make millions of dollars in real estate without having any money in your pocket. But before we move on, make sure you press the like and subscribe button so that you stay updated with the latest piece of knowledge in your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. Everyone wants to invest in some property and earn some profit over the long term by selling the aforementioned property for a better price. The biggest question surrounding many beginner investors is, how can they start investing if they don't have the required initial capital to kickstart their journey? And is real estate investing only for the rich? If not, how can they start investing with no money? One of the biggest myths surrounding the real estate community is that you need a large sum of money to start your journey, and that's completely wrong. That brings us to the first step in our journey to investing in real estate, and that is generating that initial sum of money to invest, or to be more particular, how to borrow money to make those real estate investments. Now let's get that money. How do you get it? Bankers will listen to your story, but they won't lend to you. Credit cards are certainly an option. Your first step is to think about people who know you, like you, and trust you. This is where you'll start your funding process. For example, a tax-assessed $100,000 single-family house purchased at auction for 30% or 30 cents on the dollar equals $30,000. That's a deal of a lifetime, but it happens regularly at tax-defaulted property auctions. Don't ask for this money from a single investor. In this case, you require $35,000 to cover all the expenses. You must start small with a very small group of friends and tell them, I'm getting a property for 60%, 70%, 80% off the market price, and it has no mortgage. I'm going to buy it for 30 cents on the dollar, and I'm raising $35,000. This is how you'll start raising money without having to spend anything from your pocket. Before you step into the game, take some time to mahjong yourself familiar with real estate. If you can understand rental property returns, you're already halfway there. Return on investment, ROI, is a financial metric that real estate investors use to help determine how potentially profitable an investment property might be. For example, assume a rental property produces an annual rental income of $18,000, operating expenses are 50% of income, and the annual mortgage payment is $6,000, principal and interest only. If an investor makes a down payment of $37,500, the ROI would be 8%. Moving on to the next step, you need to choose a real estate investing strategy for yourself. Starting with one specific strategy doesn't mean you won't have detours or even a complete change of direction later. Life happens, and you have to be flexible. But starting with just one will help you focus, and this will give you the confidence to get started. There are many real estate investing strategies that you can choose from, such as investing in REITs, investing in rental properties, wholesaling, buying and holding properties, flipping properties, property tax lien investing, and so on. Once you can find the best suitable strategy for yourself, the path becomes a lot easier. The next step is to buy your first rental property. Some of the key factors to consider when choosing the right rental property and the best real estate markets include property tax rates can vary dramatically from one city and state to the next, and impact potential ROI, job and population growth, availability of necessities such as school, hospital, etc. One of the best possible methods to boost your hunt for a rental property is to hire a property manager and a real estate agent. These managers are specialized in these areas, and they know what incentives a potential investment can bring forth. Furthermore, being a landlord can be more time-consuming than it might appear. Finding and screening tenants, collecting the rent, and taking care of repairs are only some of the duties required for successfully managing a rental property. There's a huge difference between making an offer for a primary residence and a rental property. Like any purchase, you want to always get the best deal possible. On a rental property, every dollar spent is a decrease in monthly cash flow. Using a good real estate agent will help you to get the best deal, but the plan and financing in place, it will be easier for your agent to get you the property you want. The most important thing at this stage is to remain patient. It is better to wait a few extra weeks or months to get a better property. Owners also need to comply with local and state landlord-tenant laws, the Fair Housing Act, conduct periodic property inspections, run regular rent comparables, and obtain the best prices from qualified vendors to help keep operating expenses under control and rental property returns growing. This is exactly where property managers can help you manage all those complexities of the real estate business. Those who are not interested in or simply don't have the time to dedicate to being a landlord often hire a local property manager. Hiring a property manager may allow an investor to enjoy the benefits of owning rental property while avoiding the hassles of being a landlord. The best rental property managers take care of day-to-day details so that investors can focus on growing passive income streams by buying rental property in the best markets for the best returns. The golden rule of real estate investing still applies to location, location, location. Nothing is more critical to buying first rental property assets than their location. Proximity to desirable locations will contribute to demand and value, which will allow landlords to increase their rental asking prices. As a result, prospective landlords need to be aware of where they intend to buy. The location in which a property is located will determine many factors, not the least of which may dictate how the property is run. If, for example, the property is acquired in a tourist destination, it may be better served as a vacation rental. Properties close to college campuses may best be suited for student housing. Case in point, the home location will determine just about everything moving forward, so learn about a location before buying in it. Robert Kiyosaki, the writer of the New York Times bestseller Rich Dad Poor Dad, puts it that real estate investing, even on a very small scale, remains a tried and true means of building an individual's cash flow and wealth. As housing prices continue to rise, finding funds to make a big down payment to buy rental property is becoming more difficult in some real estate markets. In case you're unable to raise the initial sum of investment, we have got some alternatives for you guys. Fortunately, there are several alternative strategies for buying a rental property that requires less money. The first alternative strategy is house hacking. It simply means to rent out a room in your home, then using the extra income to pay down the existing mortgage to raise money for a down payment. This strategy can come in handy if you're struggling to make those ends meet in finances. You can always use the FHA multifamily loan to buy a small duplex or triplex to live in one unit and rent out the remaining units. This can always help you raise the requisite money for that down payment. That was all for today. So what do you guys think about today's video? And when are you guys planning to buy the first rental property and embark on a journey to achieve your financial independence through real estate investing? Let us know in the comments section below. Make sure you press the like and subscribe button so that you don't miss out on anything.